Yo. yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. Down low. Here's Gobert.
Easy.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Easy money, easy money.
What a matchup we have here in the front court.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, after the missed three from Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson with it. Now defended by Gobert. Brunson, good.
Because how fast Brunson plays, his pull-up is really unguarded.
And here's Edwards. Six to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass.
You too small, man. You too small.
Now bully ball inside. It's hard on the wing. Now here's McDaniel. To the left side wing. No one here.
Yes, sir.
Gets it
Yes,
to go
sir.
from beyond the arc.
You know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a
Let's
guy
go.
who has led the
Let's
league
go.
in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And here's Brunson. After Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. Hart, no good. Poked away. Minnesota with the ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Outside for Randle. Has to Gobert. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Brunson. His shot is good, making a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Attacking and transition the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Let's go. Let's go.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randle's strength. Pushes right into the contact and gets the shot.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Knicks trailed by 8. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you've got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season,
Let's go.
anyone
Let's go.
thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky is the limit for the future.
Here's Bridges. After the basket by Minnesota. Here's Achua. And the call on the shot sends it to the line.
First personal foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
New York foul.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7, all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting five. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
Let's
And
go.
with an update from the sidelines,
Choose one.
let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. It's hauled in by Achua.
It's not getting much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Towns. Gobert with the defensive effort.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Oh,
Edwards, no good. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Their offense has ground to a standstill.
New York Knicks.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will return possession.
Position for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson. Miles McBride. Cameron Payne.
32 seconds left in the first quarter. Some nice passing by New York here. There's a screen by Achua. To the inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And, you know, coaches will take possession like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
16-6.
Randall left side. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Let's hear it for your Knicks City Dancers.
Here is Edwards. And he was able to put it up in time. He doesn't fall. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done it.
16.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. That's in. Assist for Randall. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 13 now for Minnesota. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Over to the left wing.
good defense.
Here's Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Lock at 6. Right side, Edwards. Second chance effort. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Basket good. Robinson's got 4 this quarter. Hey, Greg, you think about what they call float in. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Back to Edwards. Launches from deep. The rebound by McBride.
He missed that one, but I've seen drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. Maybe a step out of the ring.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
City Dancer.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Right side Towns. New York needs to get off the shot. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Timberwolves lead by 11. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
They've been balanced in the first round. 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Defense fueled the conference finals round.
Jalen Brunson.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Out left to the wing. Back to Edwards. And Bridges with the block.
This is where Bridges' wingspan is a factor, allowing him to reach out and get a piece of that shot. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
Tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Edwards. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me,
Sure.
it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. Let's see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Olman.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Edwards making a statement.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
To the paint. Here's Towns. That shot is off. Gobert with the defensive effort. Pass to McDaniels. Stolen by Brunson. And a fast break now for New York. Anunoby with it. Picked up by Edwards. On deep, Brunson. And another three for New York.
Just a reflexive move by Brunson, putting complete trust in his man.
26.
Shot clock in game clock 7 in less than 6 seconds. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First
No question, he got blocked.
First team foul.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Let's make some noise for your next Quaker Dance crew.
Good on both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's he's locked in from there most every night.
Anunoby. His three-pointers off the mark. It's tipped. Stolen by Brunson. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. For New York, they had made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Brunson scanning the floor. Towns in the corner. Fires from deep. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Knicks trail by 4. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Just 5 to shoot. McDaniels with the ball. Still yet to score.
Pretty impressive to see a young player like McDaniels have a sense of that shot clock as he's into his action there.
The shot's good from Brunson.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Conley feeling it out. Yep, it counts.
Mike Conley.
Conley's got his first basket.
A crafty scorer. Conley makes most of his opportunities down low.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
It's a foul there, man. I don't know where his head is. It's not in the game.
Julius
There's no one around him. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Mikal Bridges.
Bridges got 5 points.
Timberwolves lead 32.
Hesitation from Bridges. He gets the ball and is primed to take that shot.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. The kick out to Towns. Here's Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Inside Towns. Rebound Minnesota. In court, the debate around Karl Anthony Towns. Is he the greatest shooting big of all time?
Well, look, if you just want to go numbers, it's an emphatic yes. No 7-footer has ever shot it like Cat. Around 40% from 3 over his career. It's not just a 1 or 2 season deal. That's a multi-year career. So I say yes.
Bridges inside. Can't connect from short range. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Reed in the post.
New York.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your New York Knicks. Number 5.
To the middle.
Precious Achiuwa.
Has to go Bear. And the officials call for a 3-second violation.
Knicks ball.
We got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Give yourself a
Next trail by 4.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves,
Brunson, right side.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
Left side, Towns. Looking to get back on track here. The three, Bridges. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And they had some botched coverage. That
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Randall down low. He's whistled for the 5-second back-to-basket violation. Minnesota making the switch.
Timberwolves substitution, 0.
Knicks trail 5-6.
DiVincenzo.
Towns, the screen. Brunson off the dribble. Yep, that one goes in there. Brunson's got 14 points for the game.
Timberwolves lead.
And can Brunson get going in a hurry? He's got his fingerprints all over this one. Just
DiVincenzo.
rubbing it in their faces
Assist from
with that dunk.
Julius
He
Randle.
is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and they may not have an answer for it.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Back to Alexander Walker. And it's there on the triple. 34 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bridges double team. And so the ball's out of bounds. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Now off the inbound. And there's a nice lay inside by Bridges.
Timberwolves lead, 36.
Little inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Back to Alexander Walker.
Nikhil
And he caught that pass in
Alexander-Walker.
full stride on his way to the big slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Timberwolves lead,
Hey guys, he has to show more fight on the interior than they did on
Seen in the third quarter. The
We
score,
reached the end of the third.
Knicks,
Timberwolves ahead. Up 5.
the Timberwolves, 38.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And slammed up by Gobert.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the line.
That's Towns. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you want him taking big
Defensive
shots
foul,
for you
Charles.
in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now.
Shot's good by Alexander Walker.
Alexander Walker.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was
Nikhil
not
Alexander Walker. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Minnesota on the 6-point game. And it's Bain in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And the Timberwolves with possession. Randall right side. Over in the corner, Edwards. Picked by Randall. And push it down.
And rolling with such quickness. There's just no way to keep Randall from scoring that.
Gobert with the block. Randall right side. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
It's going to be on Precious
Team
Achiuwa.
foul.
Powerful move that time. He'll go to the free throw line.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied. They want their team to sustain that level of effort. See how it works out. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Rudy
It's
Gobert.
Gobert.
That's
And
from
finished off by
Anthony
Gobert.
Edwards.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
At the heart. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Minnesota leading by 10. And here's Edwards from the arc. No shot off that time.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
Minnesota with the ball. They've played a great fourth quarter defensive, allowing only 3 points. Just 4 to shoot. Brunson with some nice D. Knicks trail by 10. Outside, Towns. Over Randall. Pulled the shot a little up with a bounce. Goes his way.
You know, no surprise that Towns is very effective at mid-range. At this size and shooting touch, it's expected.
Shot by McDaniels. No good. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks as New York retains possession.
Take a risk with those long passes. And lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Number 25, Mikal Bridges.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
And you know, the height of Towns gives him an advantage in seeing the floor so well. He's excellent at making these nice passes.
And we got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Make some noise for your Knicks City Answer.
Randall is doubled. Back to Alexander Walker. There's a minute 47 left to the fourth. Knicks trail by 6. On the wing, Bridges. Pass to Towns. Inside. Off with the layup. Edwards at full speed. Three-pointer, Randall. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Stolen by McDaniels. And Edwards. And Edwards.
Rising up for the throwdown. Major hops from Edwards.
Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Game on the line. Towns lets nothing stand in his way.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
To the paint. Here's Edwards. Hits the jumper. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
Nas Reed.
Boy, that was a big shot.
It's stunned silence, guys. That's the atmosphere in here after that shot.
They get it back. Hart. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
You know, guys, Josh Hart is somebody that's going to give you everything he's got.
Josh
His
Hart.
combination of outside
At the
shooting
line.
and defense is really quite valuable to any team. Well, that time he made the most of that trip to the line and cuts the deficit.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Down low. Here's Randall. Towns with the defensive effort.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Here's Randall. Oh, trying to dunk it home, but drew the foul and into the line. That one is on Towns.
Just an
13.
attacker is Randall. Always seems like he's being
Julius
sent to the
Randle.
line.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. Both free throws good from Randall.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
We'd like to thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please, drive back safely
At all by
Hope to see you again.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark.
tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Here we go. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Berry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Here we go. We've got the Lakers taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Bucks win the tip. Pass to Prince. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Bryant outside. Outside Jones. Back to Bryant. 6 to shoot. To the paint. And slammed it home. And a foul.
Oh, dude.
A chance at another point at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will in the shot.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Lopez. Back to Lillard. Now here's Lopez. Antetokounmpo, right side. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. It's Kuzma with the miss. About a minute played here so far in the first.
Oh, dude.
First slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. Kuzma drives in.
Los Angeles
Out of
ball.
bounds. Los Angeles will have it. And here's Bryant. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Horry. Back to O'Neal. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Fox outside. Jones feels it out. Pass to Bryant. Over Lillard. And again, it's the Lakers.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Inside. Knocked loose. Stolen by Jones. To the middle. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends, highly effective down there with the physical play.
Pass to Prince. Now Lillard. Back to Prince. To stop the run. O'Neal pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Fox outside. Left side O'Neal. About 3 minutes gone. No good. 3 for 4 in the game now. Milwaukee shooting their first free throw this game.
At the line for Milwaukee.
I love Lillard because he loves the game. And this is a guy who just wants to be out there. He wants the ball in the hands. And he tries not to get caught up in all drama that happens around the game. It's 100% focused on it.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the first quarter. From downtown, and he buries his first look.
Total lack of hesitation. Lillard trusting his selections completely.
Pass to Fox. Bryant in the high post. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. The three from Prince. Rebound, the Lakers. Bryant with it. He's picked up by Lillard. To the wing, right side. Fox deciding where to go with it. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Kobe Bryant.
The Lakers call timeout.
Time up. Let's give a big welcome to the floor. Your forward crew.
Good on the second one. The Bucks trail by 7. To the inside. Out to Portis. Pass to Lillard. Launches it. O'Neal pulls it in. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Here's Van Exel. And they get it back. Now Bryant. Now O'Neal. Defended by Portis.
They were totally in sync on that play. Targeted the pass beautifully.
Here's Lillard. Put back. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
How about the reach from Portis there?
Here we go. Pass to Lillard. The shot off that time. Here's Fox. That's good. And it'd be Jones with the assist.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Bad numbers, took advantage.
And so the first quarter is in the books. The Lakers on top, up 9. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
The Lakers lead by 9. Here's Fisher. Down low. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 9.
Los Angeles
Well, an aggressive Antetokounmpo is a good thing for this team, taking it in with force to the rack and getting the foul.
Milwaukee shooting their second and third shots at the line here. No good on the second free throw. Here's Van Exel. He's scoreless. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Fisher. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Pass to Van Exel. Fires for 3. Fisher, that's good.
Derek Fisher.
Fisher's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And stolen by Jones. And it's the Lakers on the break. The shot by Fisher, no good. Tipped away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Jones. Oh, and there's the whistle.